Alrighty, guys. If you watched my Barnes & Noble's haul from like 2 weeks ago, I showed you guys this book that was a Barnes & Noble exclusive called Past, Present, Future. And I read the inside to you guys, and I said how good it sounded. But it's a long-time rivals that confess their feelings for each other the last day of senior year, and they know they only have a couple months together before they leave for college. Now that summer's over, they're determined to make their relationship work as they begin school in two different places. So it's dual point of view, and it follows the girl in Boston and the guy in New York City. And it literally says that the whole book is over the course of a year. And I love stuff like this. So when I saw this at Barnes & Noble's during that half-off sale, I said I have to get it. But then when I was reading, it said that this is actually the second book, or is it the third? We talked about this in that video, and I don't even remember. So I said, well, I would like the first or the second, but it was going to be way too much money on Barnes & Noble's, even with the half-off sale. It's not worth it, because, like I said, with Barnes & Noble's, I only do, like, the exclusives and when there's on sale, because then it's worth it for me. I was able to find the book on Book Outlet, and I had said when it came in, I would show you guys. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing now. I have a whole box of Book Outlet books, and it's all by the same author. There's Lynn Salmon. There's one other book that isn't her, but all the other books that I'm about to show you guys are all her. She seems like the perfect, like, contemporary romance author for me. So I went all in and I bought, I don't know if these are all her books, but I have like 6 of her books now. But this is the original. It's Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow. And it says, today she hates him, tonight she puts up with him, tomorrow maybe she's fallen for him. And it's the same 2 characters from that other book. It's Rowan Roth and Neil McNair. They've been bitter rivals for all of high school, clashing over test scores, student council elections, and even gym class pull-up contests. While Rowan, who secretly wants to write romance novels, is anxious about the future, she'd love to be her infuriating academic nemesis one last time. When Neil is named valedictorian, Rowan has only one chance at victory. Howl, a senior class game that takes them all over Seattle. A farewell tour of the city she loves, but after learning that a group of seniors is out to get them, she and Neil reluctantly decide to team up until they're the last players left, and then they'll destroy each other. As Rowan spends more time with Neil, she realizes he's much more than the awkward lingualist nerd she sparred with for the past 4 years. And perhaps this boy she claims to despise might actually be the boy of her dreams. And then there's another book, and it's See You Yesterday. And is it the same authors? I'm not sure. I mean, not same author. It is same author. They're all Rachel Lynn Salmon. I just don't know if it's the same characters. No, so this one looks like it's completely different characters. Okay, so it is only 2 books. I think just because the title was so similar, it made me think. So this series is, I think it's called a duology when it's only 2 books. Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. I got it on Book Outlet, I think, for $6.99, and then I got Past, Present, and Future at Barnes & Noble's, but it's the really cool special edition. So this will be cute to display on my bookshelves. So, Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. See You Yesterday is another book by her, and it says, Barrett Bloom is hoping college will be a fresh start after a messy high school experience, but when school begins on September 21st, everything goes wrong. She's humiliated by the know-it-all in her physics class, she botches her interview for the college paper, and at a party that night, she accidentally sets her frat house on fire. She panics and flees, and when she realizes her roommate locked her out of their dorm, she falls asleep in the common room. The next morning, Barrett, perplexed to find herself back in her dorm room bed, no longer smelling of ashes and crushed dreams. It's September 21st again, and after a confrontation with Miles, the guy from Physics 101, she learns she's not alone. He's been trapped for months. When her attempts to fix her timeline fail, she agrees to work with Miles to find a way out. Soon, they're exploring the mysterious underbelly of the university and going on wild romantic adventures. They start falling for each other. They face the universe's biggest unanswered question yet. What happens to their relationship if they finally make it to tomorrow? Ooh, that sounds really, really good. I don't even think I read the synopsis to that one. Then I have The X Talk, again, by Rachel Lynn Salomon. And it says public radio co-hosts navigate mixed signals in this sparkling romantic comedy debut. Shay Goldstein has been a producer. Oh, so this was her first book. Oh, I'm sorry. Shay Goldstein has been a producer at her Seattle public radio station for nearly a decade, and she can't imagine working anywhere else. But lately, it's been a constant clash between her and her newest colleague, Dominic Young, who's fresh off a journalism master's program and convinced he knows everything about public radio. When the struggling station needs a new concept, Shay proposes a show that her boss greenlights with excitement on The X Talk. Two exes will deliver relationship advice live on air. Their boss decides Shay and Dominic are the perfect co-hosts, given how much they already despise each other. Neither loves the idea of lying to listeners, but it's this or unemployment. This audience gets invested fast, and it's not long before the X Talk becomes a must-listen in Seattle and climbs the podcast charts. As the show gets bigger, so does their deception, especially when Shay and Dominic start to fall for each other. In an industry that values truth, getting caught can be the end of more than just their careers. And one of the quotes really says, this book gave me genuine butterflies. That sounds really good. Then this one, We Can't Stop Meeting Like This. This one's almost like texturized. I don't know if you can tell on camera. There's a little gloss to certain spots, but the stripes like in the background, it kind of reminds me of textured wallpaper. I think you guys can see that. Impossible Not to Love. Quinn, I don't even know how to say this one's last name, and Tarek families have been in business together for years. Quinn's parents are wedding planners, and Tarek's owns a catering company. At the end of last summer, Quinn confessed her crush on him in form of a rambling email, dreading seeing him again almost as much as she dreads another summer playing the harp for her parents' weddings. When he shows up at the first wedding of the summer, looking cuter than ever after a year apart, they clash immediately. Tarek's always been a fan of grand gestures, the flashier the better, while Quinn can't see them as anything but fake. As her parents push her to take on more responsibilities, she's thrown together with Tarek more often than she'd like, from performing a daring cake rescue to filling in for missing bridesmaids and groomsmen. Quinn can't deny her feelings for him are still there, especially after she learns the truth about his silence, opens up about her own fears, and begins learning the art of harp making from an enigmatic teacher. Maybe love isn't the enemy after all, and maybe allowing herself to fall is the most honest thing Quinn's ever done. Seems like a lot of them start as like an enemies to lovers kind of situation, which I really like. Then this one I saw all over Instagram, so I recognized the cover instantly, and it does say New York Times bestselling author of The X Talk. So I might read these even though they're not like obviously a series whatsoever, only those other two, I might read it as how she released them. Because sometimes I really like if I read The X Talk and then I read this is her second book, sometimes you can see how an author gets better the more they write. So I almost sometimes like to read it in that order. So it says this one's called Business or Pleasure. And you could tell it's they're in bed together. The sheets are up and you can see their feet. A ghostwriter and a struggling actor help each other on the page and in the bedroom in this steamy romantic comedy. Chandler Cohen has never felt more like the ghost in Ghostwriter than when she attends a signing for a book she wrote, and the author doesn't even recognize her. The evening turns more promising when she meets a charming man at the bar and immediately connects with him. But when all of their sexual tension culminates in a spectacularly awkward hookup, she decides this is one night better off forgotten. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. Her next project is ghostwriting a memoir for Finn Walsh, a C-list actor best known for playing a lovable nerd on a cult classic werewolf show, who now makes a living appearing at fan conventions across the country. Chandler knows him better than their one-night stand of hilarious mishaps. Oh, Chandler knows him. Yeah, I said that. So it turns out it's the guy that she had the one-night stand with. Chandler is determined to keep their partnership as professional as possible. But when she admits to Finn that their night together wasn't as mind-blowing as he thought it was, he's distraught. He intrigues her enough that they strike a deal. When they're not working on his book, Chandler will school Finn in the art of satisfaction. As they grow closer, both in and out of the bedroom, they must figure out which is more important, business or pleasure, and if there's a way for them to have both. And then the last one is the only book that is not by Rachel Lynn Salmon. I specifically typed her name into the search bar, and all these books came up, but I was still like $5 short for free shipping. So I just looked in like the clearance section, and this one sounded really good. It's sometime in summer. I figured I'll read it this summer. And it says, one magical summer will change her life forever. I do think this is like a middle school grade book, because it talks about how her parents are going through divorce. But, you know, sometimes I need like a little, I don't mind a little like young read in between some like thrillers if I need a little break. Anna Louise Bell believes in luck. Bad luck. Bad luck made her best friend stop talking to her. Bad luck caused her parents divorce. Bad luck is forcing her mother, Miriam, to sell the family's beloved bookstore. And it is definitely bad luck that Anna seems to be the only person who Miriam is unable to recommend a life-changing book to. When Anna finds out that she and her mom are spending 2 months in a seaside New England town called Rockport, she expects a summer plagued with even more bad luck. But Rockport has surprises in store for Anna, including a comet making its first appearance in over 20 years and 2 amazing new friends. In what will prove to be the most important summer of her life, Anna learns about love, herself, and the good luck that can be found in unexpected places. Critically acclaimed author Catherine Leno, that's who writes this, transports readers to a beach town filled with fudge, humid days, and the cold bite of the Atlantic in this tender love letter to books, family, and summertime. Like I said, it was on clearance. It was like $5. I love a good summer read, you know, something that's specifically like summertime vibes for sure. And I live in a New England town, so this really spoke to me. So to hit the shipping, I added this on. But for free shipping on Book Outlet, I think you literally have to spend $35. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books for $35. That's why I absolutely love Book Outlet. You cannot beat its prices. And I got to discover a new author that hopefully I enjoy and love. But that was everything I got from Book Outlet. I had the Barnes & Noble's book on the side of me, so I'm like, let me just film this now, so that way they know what I'm talking about. If you did watch the Barnes & Noble's video, now you know the other book that I was talking about. Yeah, it's bedtime for me. That's why I was probably a little out of it when I was reading the back of those. But I wanted to film this and try to be a little more prepared this week, because the last 2 weeks I have been definitely skipping some days. But this week, you guys should be seeing a vlog on Friday. I edited the wedding vlog, finally. And I have it scheduled and ready to go. And I am already currently working on the next vlog. The rest, I should be able to pump out pretty quickly. The wedding one took me a while, because there was a lot of music that I had to either, like, cut out or shorten or do a voiceover on it. The wedding one took a lot more editing than I thought it was going to be. I should have known. And then I actually I uploaded it twice. Both times I got emails saying it was copyright strike because there was music. And I was like, oh, I thought I got all the music. So then I had to go back in, re-edit, re-upload, and yeah. So, but now that's up, the rest should be quicker and easier to pump out for you guys. So we should be caught up soon. And then I am also off from work in like 2 weeks. But I also have to finish all my college class stuff. So, but the light is at the end of the tunnel. We're chugging along, guys. We got this. But let me know if you've ever read any of Rachel Lynn Salmon's books. If you have, which one is your favorite? Do you love Book Outlet? Have you ever heard of Book Outlet? It is a great source for cheaper books. They are new books. They are not used. It's basically if there's an overstock of a book at Walmart, Target, whatever those big box stores, they will sell it to Book Outlet for a cheap price. And then, so Book Outlet is able to, it's almost like an overstock.com, but for books, basically. So they're able to sell it at a more affordable price because they have that overstock of the book. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be safe.